I once took a philosophy class on aesthetics in college. My professor, as an assignment, required us to set aside time to think. And I thought, well, that's dumb. Greetings, Miskatonic Repository. Heinrich Mohr here, and as it turned out, I'm the dumb one. Because thinking absolutely takes time. When I dismissed my college professor's advice, I was focusing only on one part of the thinking process. That moment of inspiration when two ideas suddenly slip into harmony and everything makes sense. I wasn't appreciating that, as important as that moment is, it's only the end product of a much longer process. However instantaneous the moment of revelation feels, your brain may have been mulling over the problem for hours, maybe days, even weeks, slowly making progress towards that conclusion. But what does any of this have to do with the Miskatonic Repository? Well, while we are horror writers of the Cthulhu mythos, we are also often mystery writers. We are quite literally imagining problems for others to solve. That means we have to do a lot of thinking. At least as much as a table's worth of players who are every bit as smart as we are. And that takes time. It takes time to think. So when you are facing writer's block, or aren't feeling like your ideas are original, you may just need to give yourself more processing time. More time to think. How do you do that? Well, it probably means you have to deprioritize something that you're already doing. Probably something important. Let me give you one example. When I walk my dogs, I like to listen to podcasts. They help me find new ideas, they entertain me, they relax me. But for me, that's not thinking time. If that's what I'm trying to achieve, I have to turn off the stories and give my brain time to write my own. And as I said, that's an easy example, and I still find it hard, especially because I'm used to doing something else during this time. I hate being alone with my own thoughts. Usually there's just silence. I feel like I don't even know if anything is going on up there, even though I know it is. For me, nowadays, it also feels more than ever like there's something else I could have my mind doing other than thinking. I could be boosting my mood by listening to music. I could be strengthening those bonds of affection by calling family and friends or engaging with them over social media. I could be watching videos on YouTube or TikTok and learning about the world, or at least relaxing and having fun. None of these things are bad. In fact, they're all also important to do. That's what makes it so difficult to decide to instead give yourself time to think. So, where do you find your thinking time? Is it consistent, or do you have to create it wherever you can? Let us know in the comments, or join us on Facebook or Discord. I hope to see you there. Until then, I leave you with some words shared by Mensa98th on the Miskatonic Playhouse, or as I know her, Heather. She quotes Warren Ellis, the comic book writer, novelist, and screenwriter, and I think his words are particularly apt for this topic. He writes, I imagine most writers will tell you 3 things about thinking time. It's the most valuable work, the most frustrating work, and the least billable. Very few people in this world get paid for the hours spent staring at the wall. And it's always frustrating, because what you want is for the form of a story to just drop into your head after 30 minutes in the chair. And that very rarely happens. It's days or weeks of wandering around inside your own head and its stores, which looks to the rest of the world like you've become a vegetable creature whose circummutations do nothing but slowly capture and engulf pieces of chocolate. He continues, You're allowed to stare at the wall for as long as you damn well like and need to. Those days and weeks of foding around within the walls of your mind are where every piece of art people love comes from. Every story you ever adored, someone sat around like a piece of meat propped on a sofa until it happened. There are no lazy riders. It just takes some of us longer to get off the sofa. Well, I have nothing more profound to say than that, so for my part, I'll just say thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.